His Majesty.
All right, are we finally live, Colin, or are you continuing to pull pranks on us?
As long as you stop shuffling trash bags into mics, we can start whenever you want.
All right, Samboners, here we go, baby. Let's get fired up. Episode 12, 13. Who gives a shit, right? When you're Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl, everything else gets pushed off to the side. So, Sambone Nation, let's get it going. 4 days until Super Bowl Sunday. Today, we got the cheesesteak guru himself back on the pod, Mr. Samboner Pat. What's going on, Pat?
What's happening, Samboners?
And then look at this dude on the upper left-hand corner, Colin Thompson, coming in live with a fresh midsummer tan. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, dude, why don't you just rub it in for us? Look, I'm in Seattle right now. It's 60 and sunny. I might go grab my beach chair and, head to the beach for a couple hours. But this dude, where are you coming from, Colin?
I'm coming to you live from Key West, Florida. I don't feel bad for anybody listening because this whole fall, you guys are sitting out back, having campfires, home for Christmas, Thanksgiving here, down the shore. Well, everybody probably listening, and you too, Mick, down the shore till Labor Day. The real people are down the shore till October, November, and you're all loving life. That's when I work. Okay, so this is my time. This is my time for a little debauchery, a little fun. Never too much Samboner.
What's the difference? What's the difference between a shooby and a snowbird? Honestly.
Well, my thing is like a shooby to me is like Memorial Day, Labor Day. Like we have to leave, pack it up, like it's over. Like people are like that, as you know. So that drives me crazy. I know kids and all, but like it's still beautiful weekends through November. So that's what upsets me. But I get it. All the restaurants close in Sea Island, all those places you go to. So I understand that. But everything's excellent. Just Key West, Florida, had the tight ends in town. We do a tight end trip at the end of every year.
Nice.
We, find guys throughout the year in a little in-house find system we do. That's fun. And we take the money, I think we give half away to charity. And then the other half we spend in town here at a big dinner and go out and have a good time. Had a football camp for kids down here, coaches, players, scouts, all my buddies in football, just kind of getting everybody down here having a good time.
That looked like a huge success. Big shout out there. Kudos, dude. It's unbelievable what you do for the community down there.
Oh, it's great, man. So we're saying
all week.
Yeah, it's a blast. So supporting local business down here, that's what we call bar hopping, and just ripping it up and having a good time.
Speaking of local businesses, and you had just said it, not many places are open in the off season, but the best breakfast sandwich in all of Sea Isle, Mrs. Brizzle's, just happens to be open. So I'm going to do a little live Sambone to kick off this show right. Take a look, take a bite. Fly, Eagles, fly. We got a little bacon, egg, and cheese, everything bagel. I got to tell you, this thing looks dynamite. I'm going to take a quick bite because I'm fucking starving and I'm hungover. All right, let the show begin.
What? Rate it for us. I mean, let's go.
Dude, for the Sea Isle Jersey Shore action, this is in the 9s. This might be the first time I'm ranking a sandwich in the Jersey Shore in the 9s. I'm going 9.2 on the Samboner scale. Let's go.
Wow.
There it is.
Wrong with the subcategory too. The Jersey Shore breakfast Sambo.
Yeah, see, I know there's like this whole discussion about some of the Jersey Shore food like being a tick down and mix over here with the water and all that, but I mean, I hear you. Listen, I get it. I think I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's as drastic as you think. I think there's just less options, and but I understand it. It's a good point. I just don't think it's as drastic as we've made it been on the show. Like, there's still really good spots. Like the best spots down there are like really good spots at home, not the best. I don't know where I came up with that formula, like the whole salt air concept.
Like I reviewed Berardi Brothers, and I felt somewhat bad. I gave it a 7.8, and looking back on it, it was probably more like 8.2, 8.3. But at home, you put that up against some cheesesteaks in South Philadelphia, it very well could be in the 9s.
There's a little place down here called Little White House Subs, and the guy's from Baltimore, and he really is slinging it. Micah, like legit. He's got an awesome. There's like a whole meat smoking side of it that he does for catering, pit beef, pulled pork, all these different things. And they get like good rolls, really good rolls for down here, like the best you can get. And then he may ship in the hoagie rolls. And then he has a whole hoagie section, like Italian hoagies, like really good. I was telling someone the other day eating them, I'm like, this would make it at home as your local pizza shop where you get your wings for game day, your pizzas for game day. It's 5 minutes down the road. Like it would legit make it at home. So they're slinging it.
Yeah, man.
Samboner Pat.
Yeah, Samboner Pat. What's up?
What's up, man?
Kind of hit on it. We got to figure out what the spread is for game day. And we've been going back and forth all week on the must-haves on the Super Bowl menu. And I know we got wings. I know we got hoagies. I'm trying to figure out if I should grab a few cheesesteaks and whack them up. Definitely got to have some dips. I love fucking Super Bowl dips.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite dip?
Yeah.
What's your favorite dip?
Dip game, you know what I mean? So you can freaking you can get into that the whole time and not weigh yourself.
What's your go-to dip?
So I make this dip that's really easy. Actually, it takes a long time to make, but it's a great dip. It's like a block of cream cheese, right? And then you got like peach preserves, apricot preserves, horseradish, and brown mustard. Mix that all up, dump it over the cream cheese, grab some wheat thins, dip it in, and your money in the bank. It's like
Philadelphia cream cheese is just so versatile. Like it's Is it like the Chase Utley of like condiments? Like who do you compare it to an athlete?
With like a
Dude, I love that. That's a great comparison. It is the Chase Utley of condiments.
Yeah, it's like the 5-tool guy, right?
You really can't
One hit.
Pat, you labor over that dip. Continue.
No, I mean, pretty much it's something that I start like a week ahead of time. You know, I get that block of cream cheese and let it sit in the fridge till game day. And I let it soften up a little bit and then just mix those jams together, pour it right over top. And, you know, I'm the local party hero when I show up with that dip.
You're always the local party hero. It's funny down here. So there's a huge Philadelphia Eagles contingency. When Pat Croce came down here, opened up a bunch of bars, there always was a Philly Northeast migration to Key West, always. But when Pat came down here and opened up a bunch of bars, he had 6 at one point in time. He was really with Kildare's and like some of the bars up at home, there was like a flock of people coming down. So like Jody at the Green Parrot, saw her last night. Like she's Delco. Like we're going to see Lauren today at Dante's. She's in Montgomery County. Like every bar has so my uncle's bar, he was Doylestown and worked at the Cactus Grill. He's really my dad's best friend, but you call him my uncle. And he's down here now full time. He's at it for 25, 30 years. So it's chaos. Like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl before, Croce shut down the entire street next to the Green Parrot and Charlie Mack's, his 2 bars. And there was like, I was talking to one of his friends the other day. He said when the Phillies won the World Series, there was a small parade through town. They had like a jam band and like, so it's a big Philly contingency here. So my uncle's bar, they call it the NFC East bar because my aunt is a Commanders fan, and it will be packed. Like he makes a spread every week. It's just a beer, wine, liquor bar. There's no food. So he's a former chef. So like literally people are coming down this weekend for fishing and whatever, partying, and Eagles game. So people are filling up like 2 suitcases of like Amoroso rolls and blocks of Cooper cheese, like big blocks. And he's going to have just like crock pots filled of like Cooper cheese, you know, cheesesteaks, rolls, like everything as fresh as in Philly as possible. So it's pretty cool, man. It's a really unique area down here when it comes to the kind of the part-time tourist is a huge like draw. So it's a blast, man.
Philadelphia, the whole state of Philadelphia. I mean, I'm sorry, Florida, right? There's so many different pockets in Florida that have these Philly. Yeah, man. That's awesome,
great.
Though.
Is that where you're for the game? You're going to be in Florida?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm usually do about two weeks here. But we're going to Shots and Giggles probably for that. There's the Celtic Conch, which are people from Celtic Conch, people from Sea Isle actually open a bar down here in Pat Croce's old rum barrel. So that's going to be crazy. Like they're already sold out. You can't even. It's an Eagles bar, so it's going to be nuts. I'll send you guys pictures because it's really hard to believe. Like literally, we just had a maintenance guy come in the house. He was wearing an Eagles hat. He's been down here for 40 years. Like it's a weird thing. It's really cool. So. And you know, Philly people are going to rep the brand, right? Like crazy. People are screaming. I'm wearing Temple shirt and Philly's hat. People are like screaming at me from across the block too. Like it's not even like a normal cordial thing, of course. So it's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah, dude, I mean,
you're on a tear, dude. You're on a tear.
Your last Sambone, by the way, was unbelievable. I mean,
oh my God.
the
Talk
live
about a ripper.
laid back vibes, Key West, the money cheesesteak. I watched that a few times.
Colin, that's easily your best work, pal.
But I said, I'm like, dude, put this one up for Samboner of the year. That was awesome.
There you go.
Well,
We're
thank you.
early
Yeah,
here
so
in 2023, and man alive.
early, man alive is right. Yeah, we had a good day, obviously, and I think that was the day of the camp. So we were all just like gas out in the sun all day with the kids running around, and we went to another great bar of the week for me last week. Maybe that was Thursday. I forget what it was, but they're all running together when the tight ends come to town. It's just pure debauchery. I have to like leave the group because they're out till 4 every day. So we went to Mr. Z's, which is a legendary spot here in town that opened up probably a couple decades ago this time. And it's chicken cheesesteaks. It's cheesesteaks. The guy's from the Northeast. He went to Father Judge. So
Okay.
it is legit. Like I said on there, like it's another place that would just make it at home and it would kill it. And, like it doesn't really, I put like Angelo's again, you got to set your palate, folks. Like that changes your life. It really did. So that was a 10. And then like John's roast pork, you skip 4 spots. That's a 9.6 for me because Angelo's was that good. And then I really truly think like this is a 9. Oh, I think I gave it a 9.1 because it's right. It's really good. They rip like they spend TLC into it. This is not like, oh, nothing's called a Philly cheesesteak.
Dude, it looked amazing. Honestly, just the eye test alone, it looked incredible. And Pat and I and Joe and a couple of these other guys, we always talk about all these places like that, these Philly transplant style places. Like there's a million of, not a million, but I bet you there's 50, close to 100 of them all across the country. That'd be one hell of a tour we could take.
Think about we're gonna have to work out every day.
Samboner Tour 2024.
Yeah,
all right then. Hey, once we get it rock and rolling, I'll say this.
Fire up the bus.
Yeah, baby.
Think about the pure debauchery this weekend going on in Arizona and Phoenix. You have the Waste Management Open, which is whoever did the scheduling really dropped the ball. Because
perfect.
Yeah, well, supposedly, but you want to spread the wealth out for a couple of weeks. Supposedly, you can't get an Airbnb, you can't get a hotel. People are flying to Florida to then get on another plane and then fly to Arizona because all the flights from the Northeast are all people trying to get out there.
Yeah.
So I said that. I was talking to a guy today sitting. I'm like, man, they screwed that up. I feel bad for the city of Phoenix because like going to be just chaos.
It's actually a fun tournament though. Like leading up to the Super Bowl, like we always sit around and just watch, those kids gather up on the 16th hole and just witness all the ruckus. I mean, the shit that's going down on that 16th hole and across the entire course for that matter is just fun. It's just a bunch of crazy. They're like Eagles fans, and I'm sure. And now this year around, you're going to hear Eagles chants. Like
I'm curious, Eagles chants you'll hear this weekend because the fans that are there early are going to be getting in the parlay sports event where they're at the golf, they're at the Super Bowl the next day. I think you'll hear a lot of Go Birds, a lot of Eagles chants.
How about it?
Tons. And the mics are going to be turned up for it, right? Because the NFL is going to love that tension. PGA Tour is going to love the crossover. It's all about media marketing at the end of the day. And then even down here, we're at Reconquer Public. It's kind of the first bar you hit when you're kind of walking to the Marina District right off of Duval Street, like 2-3 blocks. Great spot. And we had a group of people. There was a group of people there. We were there Monday for happy hour, and we heard half dozen Eagles chants. So three from the group in the bar, and then 3 from 3 separate groups walking by the bar. So I'm going to count them. So that's 6. I'm going to count them every time I hear them up until Sunday, of course, because I will lose count. But I want to see how many I hear all week because it's going to be great. But Mick, let's transition. First off, everything we do here is brought to you by our friends over at the Original Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge and sweet treats across the country. You want to bring Philly, you want to bring Jersey Shore to somebody when the Eagles win or maybe lose this weekend. You want to cheer somebody up. Please send somebody a box of fudge. You're either going to make somebody happy after a tough loss, or you're going to be bringing them a big Philly smile, Jersey Shore smile with that saltwater taffy and those sweet treats. Shipping fudge and sweet treats across the country. FudgeKitchens.com. Mick's down the shore right now. Mick, what are you getting into down there?
Oh man, so we just had a fun night with the Sea Isle Iced Tea boys and family. Posted up last night at this bar called Yesterday's in Marmora, New Jersey, just outside of Ocean City. Awesome bar. Not the bar of the week, Colin, but just connecting with the locals here and supporting other locals and just preparing for the Eagles Super Bowl. And this bar is ready, right? It was packed house last night. They had Eagles paraphernalia already ready to go for the Super Bowl. Wings were pretty good. So yeah, man, we're just we're rocking and rolling, having a good time. And unfortunately got to head back up to PA today, but Yeah, all right. PA's all right.
It's
We're
tough leaving there. I'm already
Oh,
having
it is,
anxiety. I'm
man.
here for another week and a half, and I'm having anxiety about leaving already.
Oh my God.
That's neither here nor there. Now, Samboner Pat, for game day, what's your plan? You know, have you made plans? Are you going to mix? Are you doing your thing? Are you running a table? Like, I don't know how it works. Like, what are you doing with your family?
Yeah, so Super Bowl is it's a family event. So the wife, the kids, we're all going to be making the trek way over to Mick's place in PA, and yeah, no, it's the same crew we were with the last time we were in the Super Bowl when we won. We figure if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm debating if I wear the same jersey I wore last time. Happened to be Nick Foles, so I probably won't wear that this time. But yeah, we're gonna be getting there early. I think Mick told me, I don't know what happened last time around, but apparently we walked in like right before kickoff. And I was telling my wife that's not happening again. So
Yeah, my brother and I were tailgating for 3 hours until the rest of the crew showed up. Colin, bunch of sellouts.
You know what?
Fried Uns needs to make that trek up to PA too. Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Here we go.
Now I remember what the delay was. I was at home making a Super Bowl trophy to bring it up as a centerpiece for the fucking game.
How'd you make that beauty?
Up top here is actually was my kids. He was a baby at the time. It was like their chew grab toys at football, right? And then I got this cone and I stuck it on there and then wrapped the whole thing up in tin foil. Take a look.
Take a build.
Yeah, dude, it's been in my house ever since. I refused to give the kid toy back. I'm like, I got it up on the mantle as if it's an actual Super Bowl trophy. So now I do remember that's part of the reason there was a delay in getting there. But this year, I'm thinking 2 o'clock, 3 at the latest. I want to tailgate. I want to really soak in the moment and kind of get ready for what we're about to witness, which I do think is going to be another Eagles victory.
Well, we're going to get into the second here. I'm going to ask both you too. I'll go with Samboner Pat because Mick has just ate through the video, which is just absolutely tremendous. And I'm jealous of it. It's funny, just again, from just giving different perspectives, like as someone who is from Philly, understands the fans, understands the culture. My family are diehard fans. I wasn't a diehard Eagles fan for a couple of reasons. Briefly, my mom's best friend from high school was a defensive coordinator all around the NFL. So I got to be in all these locker rooms and all these experiences, and it was incredible. Like Jerome Bettis, Cordell Stewart, all the Giants guys. Like it just got eliminated from like the fandom. I'm a huge Flyers, huge Phillies, Sixers. The NBA is boring to me, but I'll tune in when they make the playoffs. But regardless, like that's kind of where I'm at. So it's kind of cool to be involved in a supporter because my mom has all these retail stores and I want to see a good, healthy business. And when the Eagles win, it has a major impact on like the entire community. Like when the Phillies made their playoff run, I was telling Mick the other day on the phone, like her stores in Cape May, like she's like, everyone was wearing red. Everybody, like the Jersey Shore got packed. Like that helps all these small businesses. And then like, I can't imagine what it is there because here, hundreds of miles away, it's a zoo. So what's it like up there, Mick? Like, are people like rocking and rolling at the shore, even though it's kind of quieter right now? Is it busy up at home?
Yeah, I'm not at home. I mean, it's somewhat busy here, but no, you know what I think the greatest thing, like growing up as a kid, remember like the early Super Bowl days, you always wanted to get that Super Bowl t-shirt. Like, dude, the core Samboners, we grow up watching Super Bowls together because Fried Un's birthday always fell on Super Bowl Sunday or give or take a day. So like those corner huts, like those tents outside of like the gas stations, right? You're starting to see that again. And you didn't see that for years and years and years. So like there's definitely, dude, the buzz is through the roof, man. Like you said, small businesses are going to thrive. People are ready to party already. Excuse me. I'm just still samboning this breakfast sandwich. But yeah, dude, I don't know, Pat, what do you think, dude? It's buzzing, right? The F-bombs and the birds are flowing.
The corner tents are out in full effect. They all got set up on Saturday. I saw them, bringing all their merchandise out. It's funny. We were in Disney for the Phillies playoffs and came home for the World Series, and the tents were set up at that time. And we're driving by, and I see this guy, and I roll down my window, and I give him "Go Phillies!" And my kids were in the car. Well, dude, that they love that. Like now, every time we drive by one of these corner tents, like, Dad, roll the window down, give the guy a "Go Birds" or whatever. And that's So what you were saying, Colin, about, obviously your fandom kind of got spread out because you just were, exposed to different things and, kind of became more of a fan of the sport, less of the team. But I would say that's one of the greatest things about being a fan of your home team is the community. Like when the team's good, everybody's thinking the same thing. Everybody's at home watching the game with their loved ones. They probably lost somebody they watched the game with that's sentimental to them. So you see somebody in the supermarket or whatever, you give them a go Birds and they light up. And it's just like, it's a good vibe. It's a good feeling. It's like part of something cool. And that to me is why, like, I'm always like, if you're living in a city and you're a fan of another team, I'm like, you're really missing out on like the community aspect of this. Like, when we do get to a Super Bowl, it's awesome. I mean, I went to Wegmans for the last Super Bowl to pick something up and the store stopped. Over the loudspeaker, guy comes on, gives this speech about the Eagles and how long it took them to get the Super Bowl. The whole entire store starts singing "Fly Eagles Fly."
Oh man,
talking about it, but that's the type of shit. Like I walked out of there like, this is fucking awesome. Like
yeah,
I love being an Eagles fan. So
I'll tell you what, we have a massive Birds fan joining us now.
yeah,
The great
Joe.
Joe Perri. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas?
Guy's a celebrity on this damn show.
yeah, certainly
Pat,
is.
Samboner Pat, meet Joe Perri. Joe Perri, meet Samboner Pat.
What's
up,
Joe?
Pat? How you, buddy? How's everything?
Everything's great, dude. We're about to what are we, 4 days away from the Super Bowl.
4 days away. I mean, it's buzzing here.
That's
Wait,
all.
Joe, you're not in Key West too, are you?
No, I wish I was.
I mean, look at these two guys on the left with the midsummer tans.
No, I gotta say I did go to Hollywood Tans a couple days last week. But that's about it.
Hey man, that's a man who can admit it, at least.
Yeah, I had to film a career. I mean, I gotta look good. I can't look
I
bad.
don't look good. Joe, I want to jump right into it. First off, what are you doing for the Super Bowl? What are you munching on?
So our Super Bowl, I have about like 30 to 40 people at my house every Super Bowl. I mean, I live on 17th and Shunk. I mean, I could throw a rock to Broad Street. So, this Super Bowl is going to be incredible because when they win, walk right to Broad Street to party. My wife sends out tickets to everybody to come over. But for food wise, I mean, the spread's incredible. We do a lot of stuff from the Knicks in South Jersey, roast beef, roast pork from over there. Then we'll have cheesesteak egg rolls. Then we'll have meatballs from the Villa de Roma, dips, chips, wings from Mr. Wings. You ever eat Mr. Wings yet? Mr. Wings is a good spot to grab some wings over there.
Wait, where's that again? Is that in South Philly?
South Philly. It's called Mr. Wings. Takeout only. We'll probably grab 200 wings from there. They'll deliver by like 2:00. It's
Beautiful.
a good spot. I would say in between 2nd and 3rd on Argon Avenue.
Dude, why has that not come up, Pat? We just celebrated Wing Month to kick off the year, and not one person brought up Mr. Wings. And that sounds legit.
Yeah, no, it's been there. It's got to be there 30, 40 years. I mean, I'm 30 years old.
See, Joe Perri, boys and girls, knows all the secrets in South Philadelphia.
Right now, South Philly is buzzing. I mean, everywhere you go, it's Go Birds. Everybody's in green. The bars are even packed on weeknights. Like, everybody's just getting ready. The food orders, all the local businesses are packed.
Oh, my God.
We're just talking about that, man. Just like, my mom's in retail and you just see it. She feels it. Like she can forecast her numbers based off how far the Eagles playoff runs go and like how far the Flyers do. And like, it's a pretty cool thing. So Joe, I want to get you, go ahead.
Even in the car business, when the Eagles win on Sunday or the Phillies, when they were on their run, every customer that came in was in a good mood and every customer was buying cars. Like they were all celebrating it with buying something. Everybody's in a good mood. Nobody's just picking a fight with somebody, because when you come into a car dealership, nobody wants to be here. Like, you're here for, so all excited. So, it's a good vibe for everybody.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. I want to jump right into your prediction, Joe. What are you thinking for the game?
Well, first, because I'm a big gambler, so I'll have parlay tickets, uncountable amount. I mean, I'll have blocks all over the city, so it doesn't matter. But I want a high-scoring game. I said it all week. I think it's 31-27 Eagles. That's my prediction.
What's the over-under?
51.
50 and a half, 51, depending on which sports book you bet it at.
Yeah.
There you have it. 31-27.
I like this.
Ooh, it's going to be interesting, boys. I'm not giving mine publicly. I can't. It's not good practice for me trying to be a free agent and sign somewhere and then pick a team. And then maybe you join one of those teams and they look at you like, yo, dude, you picked us to lose. I would see your media company.
Well, especially when you're from, South Philly, when you're from Pennsylvania, and of course, everybody, everywhere you go, Eagles, 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 Eagles. So that scares me. That scares me the most. Is everybody's on the Eagles. Like anybody you talk to, it's not even like Kansas City has a shot. That's what scares me the most.
So
go ahead. What do you got, Samboner Pat?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. I hear a lot of the same. A lot of people are really, really confident, probably because of how we rolled through the playoffs. Like I was at the championship game, and at one point I stopped and I thought, man, this is like too easy. I get it, they were down quarterback, and the other guy was hurt, but this week, talking to people, a lot of people are really, really confident that the Birds just show up, better offensive line, better defensive line, and they find a way to win. I look at Pat Mahomes like the next Tom Brady. I don't like betting against him, and when he's an underdog, that's tough to be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna Eagles just gonna show up and dominate and win. I think it's a much closer game. I'm actually a little bit nervous that I want to see. I don't know if Hurts has ever had to answer back so many times. I feel like Mahomes is going to take the lead, and then Hurts is going to have to take it back. And how many times do that? So I got it also with the over, but I got the Birds 30-24.
There you go.
And I think it's just a matter of Hurts, answering, and the Eagles getting the win.
You have to put up 30 versus Kansas City. You have to.
I said that with the Niners, and that wasn't the case.
I disagree wholeheartedly based off what the Eagles defense can do and how they can create problems for people. And I think there's a mobility thing more than people understand with that high ankle sprain. Yes, there's time off. I understand it. But one time he goes down, it's right back, boys and girls.
Yeah.
So, I'll say this. I got to watch what I say. I'll say this. It's going to be a fantastic ball game. Shocker. A lot of really good storylines. Shocker, right? Not a hot take from me. But don't let your eyes fool you. What you see, not what you hear on ESPN or the Fanatic or WIP or the guy from the deli down the street screaming, "Go Birds." Trust what you see on TV and what your eyes have told you all year. That's all I'm going to say, folks. You can take that as you want. Mick, what's your prediction for the game, brother? What are you feeling?
My predictions have not been great. So don't listen to me, Samboner Nation.
Take the opposite.
Not take the opposite, but I don't know. This defense has just started to, it's proven to me that they're a shutdown defense, man. And you stop Travis Kelce. I don't think that there's any other weapons outside of Travis Kelce that can do any type of damage on the Eagles. So, my gut is starting to tell me that this is a 2-touchdown victory. I think we'll throw some numbers up in the 30s, like you guys said, 31, 34, maybe 37. But that's it. 37-20 Eagles is my prediction. And that sucks too, because I hate being on the side of the public.
Yeah,
but
89 crazy.
89%.
Trust.
Yeah,
that's
your
with Joe.
Trust your eyes. Don't let it fool you. Everyone running around. Just trust your eyes. There's a lot. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Joe, I was telling them before, we got people coming down from Philly. They're bringing literally suitcases full of Amorosa rolls and suitcases full of Cooper cheese, bro. So we are dialed down here. I've already heard 6 Eagles chants since Monday, all in one sitting. So I'm counting them all week. I'm going to set the over-under at 60 before Sunday. So I'll keep track. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, you guys go to Broad Street when they win, right?
So, yeah.
Oh, for the Super Bowl? No, I mean, I'm in the burbs, man. I'm like 10 miles north, so I likely will not.
Yeah.
I saw that. Dude, you watch the eye roll, Joe.
Soft.
It's
go to Hatboro.
There's nothing like. There's nothing.
Yeah,
like
we went to Hatboro last year. That was a mess.
Broad Street, it's York Road. We just take that over.
I mean, I'm on Broad and Shunk, which is the craziest corner that there is. Like the light poles are down. It doesn't matter. Like people are running naked. I mean, it's just
Joe, that wasn't you, was it?
No, it wasn't me. No.
Yo, how about that guy? We haven't discussed this, Mick. Do
Statue
you
of
think
David.
does that guy lose his job?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Does he
Yeah.
have a job though? I mean, is the question.
Watch him be like the CFO of some company, and he's still working on Monday, and he's
He
like
should be
getting a
worrying
big,
about staying out of the news. That's pretty much what he should be doing.
Listen,
I bet he
the
does.
fan-
Getting out of the cold.
Exactly.
like I was
What do you-
a game versus San Fran. Me and my wife. I should have never even took her because it's just crazy. But there's two guys in front of us. You could tell. One was a mailman because I started talking to him. The other guy was a construction worker. They enjoy that game on Sunday, their day out, so bad. The guy he must have had 15 Budweisers. He was dancing. He took his shirt off. He fell down the steps. We were sitting 12 rows off the field. He came up. He was full of blood. They were chanting for him so loud, and he loved it so much. I thought he was crying. That's how excited he got. Like, they don't like, that's their day out. That's, pure Philadelphia fan base of they just love it. Like, they love it so much.
It is. I said it on my show. It's the craziest fan base. It's the best fan base in the world. Did I say they're the nicest people? No. Did I say you're going to go to the game and you're not going to get heckled and there's going to be something said to you that's probably not the right thing to be said to you? Someone may, give you a shoulder. Their beer may just happen to drop into your lap. Like, but again, we were talking to my coach who's down here, who's coached all around the league, and he's like, it's not the loudest stadium, but it's definitely the craziest. And because there are a couple things, New Orleans is indoors, guys, you literally can't even function. You cannot function. You can't hear a thing. You lose your voice every game. Like, it's a mess. Seattle, the stadium's built differently, but I think the Eagles are probably 3, maybe 4, and the stadium's not even like motor.
You also got to put Kansas City in the mix there too.
Yeah,
they're
Their
great
fans
fan
are
bases.
passionate. Those fans also travel.
Everybody says travel, but there's 2 types of travel. I'm traveling the game because it's a cool experience, and I'm traveling the game to raise hell. And the Eagles game, when we were in Charlotte, I told you guys this story before on here. The whole fourth quarter, when it became a close game, they drowned out the Charlotte fans, and the Eagles started coming back against us. We were up 2 scores on them, and we had to go silent cadence, meaning our center and quarterback, there's no cadence. We can't hear it because guys were jumping off sides. We had 2 guys jump off sides. Our coaches are like, we're going silent. And we went silent in our home stadium.
Wow.
We have everybody come to town to Charlotte because it's really accessible from all over, really, the eastern part of the country. It's an hour-and-a-half flight. It's cheap. Charlotte Airport's great. We played a lot of teams, Pittsburgh, Niners. No, the Eagles fans. And again, I'm not this biased Eagles fan. I'm just coming kind of from a halfway point.
Yeah.
It's the loudest. That's why I put them there, number 1, because great. You have a great home field advantage, maybe one of the best in the league, and then you go on the road. Kansas City's an amazing place to go to a game, though, folks. Go there. Tremendous. Eagles fans, I know a lot of Eagles fans have been before. Yeah, it's a good call, Mick. They're up there, too, for sure.
Yeah.
It's good
Joe,
stuff.
thanks for popping on, man.
The great Joe Perri, man.
Joe,
Have fun, man.
send us some video content when we do go grease the pole or, climb the poles.
Listen, I will definitely send some video content. Like, my porch, I mean, it's like there's going to be 50 people at my house. I mean, we're all go to grocery. I'll send some videos. We'll be gambling like animals. I can't wait.
Can you do a little Samboner video for us before the game starts? How
Absolutely.
you're feeling, the
Joe,
prediction.
when's the debut coming, man?
It's coming this Sunday.
Every time I'm going to do a cheesesteak or wing review, I'm not even kidding you. When I get my food, it's always wrong.
Okay. Well, this weekend it won't be because you're going to be at the house, and if they didn't put the peppers on it, you can go to the fridge and throw it on it. But this weekend, review, maybe get it in the street right in your neighborhood. Give us a prediction. Take a look. Take a bite. I think that's safe to say, right, Mick?
Absolutely, brother.
Mick,
Joe, you're
did
the
you
man.
go to South Jersey and get the roast beef or roast pork and the cheesesteak?
Where, the Knicks?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm in Seattle right now. Samboner and Mrs. Brizzles.
There you go, cuz. I hear you. Listen, Samboner Pat, nice meeting you. Guys, love talking to you. Have a good day. Go Birds, all right?
Let's go, baby. Let's
Thanks,
go.
Joey. Wow. Guy's electric. What a great guy. What a great
Dude, I
guy.
want to pick his brain on some more of his parlays and some of his picks there. There's like so many damn props. I go in and start looking around and stuff. It's
He's like, we're gonna be gambling like you wouldn't believe it. Isn't it crazy though? Like the gambling side of it, and we can't participate in it. and
Well,
that's fine.
sucks
But
for you. Yeah.
no, it's okay. It's okay. Like I have no draw to it, but I'm just saying it's just amazing. Again, it's talking about sporting all bits, sporting small business. Excuse me. Like when I was the first weekend it was legal in Maryland, we're out at the bar and like the Uber driver's talking about it. The bar, everyone at the bar is talking about like it's just simple, whatever people are doing. And it's just it's again, I think it's good for small business if you can gamble responsibly. I love that.
Colin,
Huge
can
supporter.
I take a quick minute to give a shout out to one of our newer sponsors?
Absolutely, Mick.
The
Who you
Rust
got,
Belt
buddy?
Nation. Shout out to the Rust Belt Nation boys, Steve and Ed, out of South Philly, Camden, paying homage to the era of the American dream, inspired by work ethic, resilience, conviction of these great American cities like Camden, Allentown, Buffalo, etc. These guys are whipping up all kinds of just fly gear, as I say. I got a lot of wind for calling the gear fly, but this reverse weave hoodie, I got to get a couple out to you guys. Literally might be the most comfortable hoodie I've ever put on my back. So big shout out to these guys. They're doing great work in the city and outside of Philadelphia. Get on board, Rust Belt Nation, rustbeltnation.com. And let's go. We're back to the show.
All right. So we got the predictions. What else we need to cover here, boys?
Oh man.
I wasn't ready to make a prediction. I
No.
guess I should. I guess I have to, but
This is Mick. This is so Mick. Contradictory, going back,
I
going
know.
forth. Mick.
He was winning by 2 touchdowns. What's your new prediction?
and right now, like I've predicted blowout. And actually, no, I predicted 41-38 against the Niners, and I was dead wrong.
I mean, you
So
weren't dead wrong.
Now I'm predicting the blowout, and it'll likely be the game-winning field goal scenario.
You got to remember in that Niners game though, they had no quarterback. So there was. So if you thought the Niners were going to score 20 points, they might have if Brock Purdy played the whole game. But
Guys, think about how good that Niners team is. One, I know it just erase it, but let me just speak here for a second. I know Eagles fans are like, "What are you talking about?" Like Joey from Chestnut Hills, like this guy's an idiot. But think about how good the Niners team is. They're on their 4th quarterback.
Yeah,
fourth.
Well, they're not a
NFL.
quarterback-driven team. They're like the Seattle Seahawks that year with Dilfer. They didn't need a quarterback.
No. I disagree.
Oh,
no, but hear me out. It's different between having great defensive football teams like the Ravens of 2000, but also having a formula on offense where you do not need an elite quarterback. Kyle Shanahan, he's with Matt Schaub. Kyle Shanahan, his best quarterback he ever had was Matt Ryan, probably. Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy Garoppolo, probably equal player to Matt Ryan, maybe. So my point is, like, they have an amazing defense, yes, but that team offensively got it done for a really long stretch here, and they made it all the way to really Christian McCaffrey, a quarterback. I mean, again, the game got ugly, but my point is, like, that team's there to stay because Kyle Shanahan and kind of what they got going on there. It's impressive to me. That's all. It's impressive.
100%. Prior to the championship game, they hadn't lost since October. And that's
Purdy and C-Mac got in.
Third quarterback at the time. I know Jimmy Garoppolo was a starter, whatever, but the fact is, going into this year, he was their 2nd string quarterback. Purdy was their 3rd string, and that's who they won all those games with. And then, once you get down to Josh Johnson or a one-arm Purdy, they don't stand a chance. But I personally thought that was going to be a much closer game last week. And you could see kind of early on, it was 7-7, before that fumble, I guess, that kind of set the Eagles up for a short field. But yeah, I mean,
couple guys to keep an eye on this weekend in Kansas City. Sorry, Samboner Pat, like people watching this game, like, what do I want to watch? What are the matchup? Love the running back. He's a Rutgers kid. Late, I think he was a 7th round pick. He's a local guy. I think he's South Jersey. Could be wrong.
Who, McKinnon?
No, it's not McKinnon.
Edwards?
I forget his name. It's not Edwards McKinnon. It's the other kid. He's good.
Pacheco?
He's a rookie. Yeah. Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco.
Pacheco. Yeah, he's a good player.
Vineland, New Jersey or something, I think.
Yeah. Violent kid. He's a good player. Rutgers. And then, yep. And then Chris Jones, obviously, like one of the best players in the NFL, defensive line. Like, how the Eagles are going to handle that? Are they going to slide protection to him? Like, the running backs protection's big. They got some good young linebackers too. So they don't maybe have the stars the Eagles have and the big names you're going to know about, because they're, they what they did really when they traded Tyreek Hill, they said, okay, we're not going to pay him and we're going to get all these draft picks and we're going to, keep it rolling. That's a team, everybody says like the Patriots, how they drafted, and the Niners. But I mean, think about the success Kansas City's had for a really long time. Now, Andy Reid's a part of that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying when it comes to players, like, players win games in the league, not coaches. You could argue a few different things, but my point is just a couple nuggets for the Samboners out there looking for something to watch. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing but respect for him. The dude's a winner, and you give him an extra week to prepare, and he's even more successful. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Eagles have their work cut out for them. But at the end of the day, I do think that the basically the defensive line, the offensive line proved to kind of be the difference in the game.
As we wrap things up here, Pat, I want to hear your thoughts on. I'm sorry, you're a little late on my end, so sometimes it seems like you're ending. But as we wrap things up on my mind for the show, excuse me, and then I want to go to Mick. When Andy Reid's time was up here, were you like, get this guy out, Pat, or you're like, I love you, we'll see you later, Andy? Like, what was your thought?
So I thought the time had come to make a change, and it sucked because I thought he was a really, really good coach. Like, unfortunately, we had a great coach, and just all the circumstances over his time here kind of, made it inevitable that, all right, we need to move on. But at the time, I wasn't bitter about it, and then when he went on to the Chiefs, I was like, I'm sure he'll do good there. And when the Eagles weren't playing him, I'm like, yeah, I hope he does get a Super Bowl. He was so close with us for so many years. I mean, I think we went to like 4 or 5 NFC championship games with him. So, yeah, I mean, they were a winning organization the entire time. It kind of, just because of personal things with him and his life, I felt like it was probably better that he gets, starts anew somewhere else, gets out of here. And, it worked out for everybody. We ended up going on to win a Super Bowl. They ended up going on to win a Super Bowl. Now here we are playing each other in the Super Bowl. So I hope we kick his ass this week. But, yeah, I'm always a supporter.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I think Pat nailed it right on the head, man. Andy Reid holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts. I mean, mine especially. Like, what he did for this city, I mean, you cannot argue. And just the time was at the point for him to move on, and just sometimes change can just get it going again. What's that?
I said the time's yours. That was his thing.
That's right. Time's yours.
So
no, this is the ultimate Super Bowl scenario. The ratings are going to be through the roof, and I think we're in for a fucking classic NFL showdown.
And these are the two best teams. They're both number 1 seeds, and they're the freaking, Vegas tells you it's going to be a 1.5 point game. So basically they're saying, yeah, either side could win. These are the two best teams in the league in the Super Bowl. What more could you ask for? 2 MVP candidates. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Great rosters, great cities to go see games in, great fan bases. Yeah. It's funny as, again, we wrap up here. I was able to meet Andy Reid once. Skylar Morningreg, who is Marty Morningreg's son, former OC of the Eagles, Ravens, Jets. Skylar's my roommate in college. He went to St. Joe's Prep. We were rivals, and then went to Maxwell Football Club. We won mini Maxwells, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to Penn State. You're going to Florida. What are you doing? So he took a visit to Florida the day after with me. He was already had it planned. So we go down there, and I'm recruiting the hell out of him. So he ended up coming to Florida. We lived together down there. So Marty would either come down and visit us. It was great to get to know him. He's an amazing guy. But they played in Tampa to finish up. They won there. It was like maybe one of the last games. Had to be sometime in January. We were just going back down for the spring semester. But after the game, they just won. And I think it may have been Andy's last game or very close to it. And he took 1 minute to 2 minutes to talk to all 4 of the Gator players and equipment guys that were there. There's 4 of us. And he took 1 minute to 2 minutes after the game, after he talked to the team and before he went to media, and talked to every one of us and asked us about our careers, where we're from, our personal lives. Like, unbelievable, like locked in focus. Like, I was looking Andy in the eyes and I was like, oh my God, what's not starstruck is Andy Reid, but like, this guy is really, it's just a genuine human being, like genuine. I've got to know his wife a little bit through the Morningregs. Like, they're the nicest people. So, it's really cool. I try to bring different little stories into the show because that human aspect. I like, right, like when the Hamlin situation happened, it was good. I think fans kind of went back to okay, these guys are just normal dudes that pay taxes like the rest of us, and they're going to try to make this money last a lifetime. That is only a 3 or 4 year career, right, for most of us. So a little insight, but it's going to be fun. I can't wait to chow down, man. I'm going to be Samboning like a crazy man. I got a lot Samboning left to me on this trip.
Breakfast month is off the walls, by the way. People are Samboning wings still, which is great. Cheesesteaks. Hot
nutty.
chicken sandwiches came in. Who gives a shit, right? Just keep on Samboning, everybody.
That's it for me, man. Samboner Pat, any final thoughts, bro?
Nah, I got nothing. I just say go Birds, and we'll see you all on Broad Street.
Get back to that cream cheese, Pat.
Oh my God, I got no cream cheese. Kids are bitching. Doesn't have cream cheese. I gotta run out to the store. I gotta make the dip. Give me a break. So breakfast is pretty plain here at the Philly house. It's like a bagel with butter.
Yeah,
That's the
toast.
grind. It was fine. They'll be okay. Listen, when I was a kid, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm Colin Thompson. You know, again, everything's brought to you here by Not For Long Media, the original Fudge Kitchen, Samboner Mick doing God's work down the shore. Beautiful day. Got to drive back. It's brutal though. I'm Colin Thompson. Samboner out.
Samboner out, boys.
Go Birds.